Hi Gemini, welcome to March monthly readings. As you know, what I normally do is I pull out all your cards, I meditate on them, and then we clarify them and do the deep dive together. Now, overall, Geminis, your reading was very, very optimistic. I have to say, it was just, compared to what I had to just do for Taurus, it was pretty hard. But with that said, if you're also a Taurus in your moon or rising, I suggest you take a listen. Or just go ahead and listen to any of your rising or moon sign just to help you clarify this reading and or complement this reading. As this may not resonate for every Gemini out there. There's so many of you guys. Now overall for influence card, I did get Temperance. This is Archangel Michael stepping in to help balance and guide you in your life right now as you may need to have for whatever's going on currently. Now, I say that there's some major heavy-duty action going on in your life, Gemini, because I usually pull 9 cards for the month. Top row being the beginning of the month, the middle row being the center of the month, the last row being the end of the month. And then I go down vertically just to see how they align. Out of the 10 cards, 7 were major arcana. You know what that means. When you have 7 major arcana, this is all your spirit guides and your angels that are protecting and guiding you are ascending upon you right now as we speak. Now, and it looks very promising and optimistic overall. An incredibly positive reading. Because at the beginning of the month, you have the Chariot. And, you know, for me, the Chariot is weighing the pros and the cons, the positives and the negatives, and you moving forward with that. However, what I heard for you guys is you being brave and being optimistic and moving forward. Because you see this dark horse, it's sort of straying aside. But the leader completely leading forward is the light one. It's the positive one. So this is your energy, Gemini. And you are staying optimistic and you are being brave. I heard brave. And you're using that as your leading horse to guide you forward. Now, I think the universe sees this because your next major arcana is the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel of good luck. It's turning in your favor. There's no other things I could say about that. So you can apply that to whatever is going on in your life. Luck is turning onto your side, followed by the 7 of Pentacles for the beginning of March. This is your harvest coming in. So whatever time and energy you invested in, Gemini, you're about to see the fruits of your labor come forward. You're about to see whatever you had invested your energy and time into come to fruition. So if this was work, if this was your relationship, if this was self-care, yourself, now you're starting to see your hard-earned work come out in your favor. And I say this because in the middle of the month, you start off with the Sun, feeling that positive, happy joy. Like she's just singing to the sky, like, I could not be happier. And that's exactly what she's saying. She's radiant and she's happy. You could also be dealing with a Leo, because this is a Leo. There's 7 major arcana on the table, so I'll just tell you right out. Sagittarius, Cancer, Leo, Gemini, Pisces, and Aries. Yeah. Okay. So now going past that, so you might be dealing with all those signs in your life. You know who they are and how they apply. They could also be heavily in your natal chart. Crowning the whole entire reading in the center of the reading is the 2 of Pentacles. This is you juggling 2 situations. You could be juggling work life and love life. You could be juggling your side hustle, your main hustle. You could be juggling something that's going on with you personally and then your family. Whatever it is 2 situations that you are trying to juggle in your life. And if I see the card of investment, I know that this is one side thing that you've been doing, for sure, is one of the situations. Ace of Swords, receiving good news or receiving the truth or receiving a contract. Contracts could be prenuptials. It could be a marriage. It could be a divorce. It could be a settlement. It could be anything that's a new company, a new business. It is something new in the realm of something that is also mental clarity. She's been in her mind and now she's using her logic to apply and it's coming forward. She sees the light. She sees the truth. She knows which direction to go. So now she's starting this new beginning with truth on her side. And it could be a contract, as we said before. The Fool, starting a new journey because now she sees the light. This is at the end of the month. You're jumping into the abyss. You know the universe is going to grab you. You just have this sense of feeling that everything's going to be okay. And it will, because you have the Lovers here. A choice between two lovers. Could also be yourself and somebody else. You could love yourself more than you love this other person who's been treating you like crap, or you've been in a toxic relationship, so you bow out. Or you could be physically dealing with two different type of people, or two lovers, in fact, or two things that you love. We're going to clarify and we'll figure it out. Ending the March reading, you have the Hangman. Seeing something in a different perspective, seeing something from a different light. But I think that this is the universe giving you this new light, giving you this new clarity. And interestingly enough, when I do line them up, the card above it, which was the Ace of Swords, this is you seeing something in a different perspective, in a new light. So now you're like, yeah, I just didn't think of this before. So the beginning of the month, this is what you did. You invested in something. Whether it was telling the truth to your husband, your wife, whatever, your boss, your job, or you invested in a new company, a new business, whatever it did, you invested in it. Now you're receiving contracts regarding that new investment. Or you see the truth in a matter, or you see the light in a matter. And now you realize there's a different perspective that you just never considered before. So moving into April, this is what you do. We're going to figure it out. We'll see what goes on. Over here, you have the wheel turning in your favor. Good luck in the beginning of the month. Juggling two scenarios, whether it's juggling two workflows, two side hustles, two something, work and, family, the balance. And you're juggling, could be two lovers, could be two types of passions that you have in your life, could be your current relationship and another relationship, or this could be you dealing with someone else. You have two twos here. But there's a lot of luck regarding in this choice. There's a lot of luck regarding this lover for you guys. Very fascinating. And then last but not least, when I said you had the Chariot, you leading in an optimistic way, you being positive, you being happy in the middle of the month, and you taking that leap because you know you're going to get caught. You feel it. You feel that positive energy. It's amazing, Libra. And overall, you have Archangel Michael looking over you, his wings. I'm trying to find where the light's. He's got his wings over here spread out for you guys, superseding you and your journey. Universe Angel, why is the Chariot? Please clarify the Chariot. Chariot, please. Thank you. Yeah, somebody is noticing these moves you're making. Somebody is peeping you and they're thinking about you. They could be semi-stalking you, but they're very curious. Could be also a Cancer has their eyes on you. They're definitely having their eye on you and the types of moves that you're making, the positive moves that you're making, Gemini. And they're like, check out Gemini. Nice. Why is the wheel here? Please clarify the wheel. Clarify the wheel for us. Seven of Cups with the wheel. Yes, for a moment there you've been confused. I don't want to say deluded. I don't think it's delusion. I think it's been confused because you didn't know what to take. So you had many options on the table regarding your choices because you have the twos underneath. And you just didn't know what choice to make because you had so many on the table. But the universe brought these forward to you for a reason. They wanted to see what you were going to do. Because they work on your behalf, the universe. They force you to go on the wheel and find your true north. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here for my gems? Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so, and it's interesting because I have two sevens now. Investing in something that had happened from the past or, for your future. So something happened in your past and now that forced you to make a choice into investing into something else, into your future. And it could be because either somebody had cheated or thought about cheating. And cheating could be in a relationship or at work. Could be either or. So maybe you feel like you're stealing something or stealing an idea and you're going off on your own, or it could be vice versa, the energy, or somebody else had done that, or you just running away with this invested idea. Or maybe you're thinking about running away with another lover, because lover is on the table. The sun, why is the sun here? Thank you. Okay, yeah. 2 8s just fell out with the sun. 8 of Swords in reverse. And the 8 of Wands. So, you're no longer thinking about this anymore, and you finally don't feel mentally stuck, because I think in February you had these energies where you didn't know what to do, you were a little bit confused, and you were mentally blocked. But now you're no longer confused or stuck. You're telling yourself you can't stay this way. You have to move forward. So you're starting to communicate those feelings. And because 8 of Wands is actions, and these are messages, and it's quick. It's forthcoming. And in the middle of March, I see that all happening. And when you do this, this is what happens to you. You're like, oh my God, I released this burden off my shoulders for the love of God. Thank God. You know, you're definitely saying no, and you're starting to communicate what makes you happy, because it looks like you've been upset. Looks like your soul has been robbed, or somebody's been robbing and sucking your soul, and you just can't handle no more. So finally you see the light, you see the sun, and this is why all of a sudden you're feeling optimistic, because you're like, I refuse to stay stuck. I'm going to talk about my feelings. I'm going to talk about, you know, what makes me happy. Ain't no way I'm staying like this. Hell to the no. Why is 2 of Pentacles here? Clarify 2 of Pentacles too. Thank you. The King of Cups upright. You could be juggling 2 gentlemen, or the situation tells me you're dealing with this water sign male. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So he's one of the situations you're juggling. He could be your boss. He could be your lover. He could be your husband. He could be somebody that is a water sign who's one of the scenarios you're dealing with. If he is not that sign, he is somebody that has his emotions in check. Like his emotional well-being, excuse me, is well balanced. So you're dealing with somebody who's emotionally balanced for you. And, you know, they could also be mentoring and helping you juggle. This person does care about you deeply. Because I got this love-warming feeling from this person. This male water sign energy. Ace of Swords. Why is the Ace of Swords here? Please clarify the Ace of Swords. Is this a contract, or is this just seeing the light? Yeah. Okay, the Empress, which is talking about a creative new project and or pregnancy. So, this new contract could be because you're starting something brand new, a creative project, and it needs a signature. Or you could be pregnant and then, you know, for whatever reason there's a contract. Some of you could have child support, because this is something dealing with legality, and or, guys, this is you finding out about a pregnancy, because this is receiving the truth and seeing the light. So you find out that somebody's pregnant. It could even be yourself that you find out that you're pregnant. The Fool. Why is the Fool here? Oh my God, the Hangman again. The Hangman with the Fool. You are starting to see things in a different light. You are starting to see things in a different perspective. You're actually telling yourself, you know what? maybe this is a blessing in disguise. I'm not going to get bogged down by whatever everyone else is thinking or saying. I have to find my true happiness because I've allowed that in the past to stop me or block me from moving forward and doing what I needed to do in order for my life to succeed. So I've allowed myself to live my life by what everybody else said or did. I'm no longer going to do that. I'm going to start a new journey. I'm going to embark on a new me. I'm going to embark and do something else. And you're starting to understand that by looking at it in that regard, in a different perspective. You refuse to allow yourself to be led the life of by social norms of what everyone else says or what everyone else does. You're telling yourself, oh my God, I need to feed my soul. I don't care. I'm just going to take this new journey, take the risk. You're starting to realize that this is another perspective of how you have to look at things. And you're actually starting to manifest this change at the end of March. Why is the Lovers here? Please clarify the Lovers for me, please. Is this one of the Lovers you're balancing, this King of Cups? Could be. Alrighty, Three of Pentacles with the Ten of Wands. Working with somebody that is a burden or has put more extra responsibility onto your plate and or you needing to sacrifice to work with this third party. This is clarifying said Lovers. So you could be having to choose between two lovers and because you are in a third party situation. Or if you're married and you're having issues, you may need to work with a third party person, whether you need to go to counseling or something along those lines. Because whatever's going on, this has taken a toll on you. So the card above it has you juggling with the King of Cups. So I don't know if this is the one lover or you know, that you having issues with, and this is your husband and you having issues and you need to work with a third party because you feel like you've taken on too many sacrifices up from yourself. For sure. If this is a third party situation, you need to resolve it. You need to make a decision because it has completely burdened you guys. Why is the Hangman here? Clarify the Hangman. You looking at something from a different perspective, Five of Pentacles. Now, clarifier to this. This is being left out in the cold, either financially, emotionally, or altogether just getting kicked out of a house or something like that, or work. Now, I need you to understand, this isn't what is, this is what is. Clarifying this. You're looking at this from a different perspective. I think you're analyzing, well, what if this happens to me? What if this goes on? Like, will I be okay? What am I going to do? Am I going to be left out in the cold? So you're kind of looking at these people here that are outside in the cold. And, you know, you could be thinking about a child, too, where you're thinking, what if we're left like this? You know, you're just considering all the opportunity, like all the issues on the table. So you're really considering this part. This is what you're also thinking about. As you go on to this new journey, as you go out to seek, you know, your new life. I'm just going to pull one more for the Hangman at the end of March, which I never normally do. But let's see. Thank you. Yeah, 100% on the money. Nine of Pentacles. This is talking about your independence and your financial independence. So it's definitely talking about, you know, if you leave these lovers or if you leave this and you make this choice and you do go embark on your own personal independence and you want to be single. Or, oh my God, my nose is definitely itchy. This is definitely a message for somebody particular out there. You're worried about your finances if you're to become single. So you are considering all the angles of the scenario and the situation. But you are thinking about your independence and your financial independence and you being, you know, single, taking care of yourself. So if you were to make a choice between two lovers, you don't obviously want to depend on the other person in case shit falls apart. You want to be able to depend on yourself. Oh, Lord. Lord, Universe, Angel, Spirit Guides for Team Gemini, March 2020. Do you have any messages? Any additional messages for my Geminis? No? Wow. Okay. Be assertive. 100% be assertive. And I think you are. Because you have the Chariot here, you have the Wheel, you have the Temperance, you have the Fool, you have the Sun. You have all the major arcana. I'm not even going to bother picking it up, but I think you're on a path right now, Geminis. And you're deciding and you're embarking on it. So when you start talking, because these cards right here, I refuse to be stuck. I'm going to communicate and tell everybody how I feel, because I'm looking for my overall true north, the sun, my true happiness, what makes me happy. Be assertive when you go ahead and do this, Gemini. What a blast reading. I'll see you guys soon. Like and subscribe. Love you. Bye, Gems.